see that the cost of living right now is expensive. Gas is fluctuating. One week is $3.99, the next week it could be $4.59. We just don't know.
Working in the hospital, 12-hour shifts at $12.95 an hour, coming out of college.
$12.95 an hour?
So he called me, he was like, hey bro, you ever thought about doing taxes? I was like, boy, you lost your damn mind.
These thousands of people who signed up, paid a very low fee to get in to learn this, right? Missed out on the opportunity to make some extra money.
So, if you go look me up, you see all of these articles, because I'm an engineer by degree.
Okay.
Right? And it's like this engineer saw a problem and he came in to fix it, right?
Okay.
The true story is when I first graduated college, I met my biological father for the first time.
So let's talk about how they can practically build an extra $50,000 working from home. And I really want to practically break that down. Life doesn't wait for your payday, and neither should you. I want you to imagine getting your paycheck up to 2 days early. With Chime, you can. I want you to open a checking account in just minutes at chime.com/TTAO and start experiencing the freedom of getting paid early. You see, with no overdraft fees, no minimum balances, and no monthly fees, plus over 50,000 fee-free ATMs at stores you love, like Walgreens, CVS, 7-Eleven, and Circle K. Your money is always within reach. Your funds are 100% covered through the FDIC insured up to $250,000, and you'll enjoy a peace of mind with Chime's instant transaction alerts and robust security features, including two-factor and fingerprint authentication. Join me and millions of members who are already enjoying the benefits of Chime. I want you to open your account today at chime.com/TTAO. Again, that's chime.com/TTAO. Chime feels like progress. Welcome back to the table, fam. It's your boy AO, and today's episode is going to be a game changer. But quick question, did you know that nearly 60% of your friends, American people, do not have enough savings to cover $1,000 emergency fund? I want you to step back and think about that again. And better yet, do you have $1,000 sitting in your savings account, not your checking account, in your savings account, simply for an emergency? Well, listen, this is why having a side business isn't just a good idea, it's a necessity in today's day and time. We're talking about creating extra sources of income that can help you get out of debt, build wealth, and secure your financial future for your family. Heck, why not get the Louis Vuitton bag that you want? Why not get the dream car that you desire? Why not move into the dream home and stop settling for subpar stuff? But I'm excited because joining me today are the young entrepreneurs from Smart Wiz, a group of young men who started a business in their 20s and built a successful tax business, making an extra $50,000 a year. Well, honestly, they're doing way more than that now, but when they first got started in college, boy, these brothers and the sister who ain't here today was making a bag. And the best part, they're here to teach you how to do the same thing. These guys have turned the tax season into a serious side hustle, and they're going to break it down step by step so you can start making money today as well. We'll dive into their story, how they got started, the challenges they faced, and the exact steps they took to build a profitable business. Then we'll share real success stories from our community who partnered with them last year and made an extra $10,000, $20,000, give you some wealth tips, and answer your questions on how you can make this happen for yourself. So if you're tired of struggling, if you're tired of living paycheck to paycheck, if you're tired of struggling with bills or just want to build an extra stream of income, I want you to hit that thumbs up button right now. If you're watching this on YouTube, hit that subscribe button, whether you're on podcast and or on YouTube, and drop a comment saying right now, I'm ready to make some extra money. I'm super excited. Let's get to it. All right. So it's time to bring my boys here to the table again for the second time. My brothers, Smart Wiz. What's going on, brothers?
What's going on, man?
Man,
How you feeling?
It's been a year, right?
Yeah, about a year.
It's been about a year since y'all came on. And real quick, because I want people to understand this, do you know how many people actually signed up from our community last year to be a tax professional with you all?
We had at least 300 or 400 people that expressed interest, and then from that carried over into the tax season was about 296.
No, I think we had more than that.
Yeah. I'm about to say.
I think we had more than that. I think we had 296 actually complete.
That completed the course.
That's what I'm saying.
Completed.
Completed the course, but
Thousands.
how many actually, I was about to say,
Thousands.
Thousands actually signed up.
Yep.
And I wanted to start there because I was a little disappointed to hear that thousands signed up, but only about 300 completed the actual course.
There you go. Okay.
Because for me, it was, well, wait a minute, what happened to these thousands of people? These thousands of people who signed up, paid a very low fee to get in to learn this, right? Missed out on the opportunity to make some extra money.
Yeah.
But out of the 300, we're going to hear some of their success stories today of how they were able to make some extra money in a matter of 3 to 4 months. And I'm one of those success stories. You know, we launched Neat Taxes last year with you all. And man, my company made some extra money. And not only did my company make some extra more money, but I was able to bring in some other people to make extra money working for Neat Taxes, like Victoria, love you, big sis. You know, who made an extra $20,000 last month between her business and working for Neat Taxes, right? And that's in 3-4 months. But I want to go all the way back because you all, we're going to show you how you can get into this and why this is super important for you to do this, especially going into 2024. We see that the cost of living right now is expensive. Gas is fluctuating. One week is $3.99, the next week it could be $4.59. We just don't know. While the interest rates went down on a little bit on for homes and et cetera, they're still at an all-time high. Right. And so I really want to break this down with you all. I want to go all the way back to the very beginning, because since you all came on, we probably had about 300,000 new E3 community members come in.
Yeah.
And when I say E3 community members, these are AKA subscribers, either to the podcast, YouTube, etc. But we don't call them subscribers. We don't call them followers or fans. We call them community members because they're our family. And so I want to know, and I have a question that I wrote right here. It says, how did you come up with the idea for Smart Wiz?
So, you want the real story?
I want the real story.
So, you know, if you go look me up, you see all of these articles because I'm an engineer by degree.
Okay.
Right? And it's like this engineer saw a problem and he came in to fix it, right?
Okay.
The true story is when I first graduated college, I met my biological father for the first time.
Wow.
Right? And it's a crazy story. Like, man, I grew up 7 people, 2-bedroom house.
Pause.
Yeah.
Don't go.
You asked for the real.
You asked for the real story.
Bro.
Hey, this the first time anybody this the first
Your
time people hear
first
story, bro.
time meeting your father. At how old were you?
Just graduated college, so 22, about to turn 20.
22.
Yeah.
Never talked to him before,
No.
and you met him for the first time.
Yeah.
I know we talking about taxes,
Yeah, man.
but when you met your father, was it in person or was it on the phone?
In person.
How did you feel as a young man?
Man, my mom did a great job of like not bad mouthing or anything. So honestly, with my personality, I was really open. And I think it was just crazy when I met him though, because even though I never known him and seen him and all of those different things, like we talked alike, we looked alike, walked like, it was crazy. It was crazy. And I learned so much about myself at that time because I had always been super entrepreneurial. I never knew where I got it from, right? Because like, shout out to mom, she still jokes to this day, like, what are you gonna do about health insurance? And we doing well, right? But when I met him, it was like all his life was a super entrepreneur. That's all he knew, how he thought and all those things. Like, that's where I get it from. So I found out a lot about myself during that time, man.
So how did meeting your father impact SmartWiz?
I said I grew up like 7 people, 2-bedroom house at first, and then we had a more middle class situation kind of going into high school, right? And just to put in perspective, man, he was a multi-millionaire, right? How was he a multi-millionaire? he owns several tax businesses all over the U.S. That's the real story of how this happened.
Word.
Right up. That's the real story, man. So when we was like learning each other, this the summer I was moving from Alabama to Texas to work my first engineering job, getting to know each other, all of those things. When I was leaving, he was just like, man, death and taxes, like 2 things in the world. You should start a side business doing that. I mean, I'm seeing his mansion. I'm like, yeah, I am going. You know? What you mean, right?
Right.
You know. And so I went off, moved to Texas. That first year, I think I made like a couple $1,000.
Okay.
But you know, a couple $1,000 outside of work,
Yeah.
feel like $1 million, right?
Right.
And then that next year, and it's just me just doing the taxes on the side for friends and family. Next year, I had to call the truth. So I was like, hey, y'all ever thought about doing taxes as a side business?
Wow.
Called Justin, called Moore, called Jordan, like called a couple of friends and all those different things. And next thing you know, we gathered together, and that's when we found the niche of being able to do like young people's taxes. They didn't really know what they were doing, graduating college and all those things. And that's when the first original tax prep business started, and this name was TaxWiz.
TaxWiz was the original first name.
Yep.
When you got that call, Justin, from him saying like, yo, how have you ever thought about it? One, I want to know, what were you doing during that season of life for income? And then 2, what was your initial thoughts?
Ooh, we getting deep. I'm always keeping a buck.
Bro.
I remember like it was yesterday. I was sitting at my parents' bar. So no one, once you graduate college, want to take a gap year and go back home.
Facts.
I did, because my route was the medical route. So I was going to school to be a surgical PA.
Okay.
Didn't have the full GPA to be competitive to get accepted. So I took a gap year to get more patient care hours.
Yeah.
So shout out to all my healthcare workers watching. I was a phlebotomist.
Wow.
Working in the hospital, 12-hour shifts at $12.95 an hour. Coming out of college.
$12.95 an hour?
So he called me. He was like, hey, bro, you ever thought about doing taxes? I was like, boy, you lost your damn mind. I'm always going to keep it a buck. Like, what do you mean? I don't even do my own tax. I get my stuff to And then he said, nah, man, like, I need you, helping on the marketing side and blah, blah, blah. And then it's so funny. I never forget. There's this incentive. He said, like, man, if we just do 300 taxes, there's this battle card.
Hey, battle?
Oh, I would get you a Mercedes.
Yeah,
I like
Mercedes car. It's a Mercedes car. Like, if I can bring in 300 people, you'll get me a Mercedes. And I was like, I'm driving this little Hyundai. Pearl, don't start up.
Pause. You told him if he comes in and do this thing and help you build it, and get 300 people to do taxes, you'll pay cash to get him a Mercedes.
Yeah, at the time, man, because I was naive, man. I was just like, think about how many people it is in the world. Everybody you walking by, they got to get their taxes done. It's nothing.
Did you get the Mercedes?
I did not.
Did you get him 300 people?
I did not.
Oh, okay.
Hey, I'm a man of my word.
Yeah.
I'm a man of
That's
my
the
word.
beauty of why we are able to teach what we teach, because, I only was able to get 10 of that 300 first year.
Okay.
Yep.
Now you know my story. Come year 3, baby, we sitting at 500 every year, guarantee bringing it, because I know the systems.
Got
and
you.
that's how we can break down what we've learned from starting it up, from getting a phone call from Tevin talking about doing taxes.
Yeah.
It's like, even watching this, people like, I never will see myself doing taxes.
Yep.
I said the same thing.
Facts.
Yep.
Once you know how to do it,
Facts.
why would you not?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So now, here we are in this area where, again, he pitched it so good to me, where he brought me in to do taxes. Now he's doing this for competitions.
Wow.
You'll see it soon. Like, we just finished a pitch competition for Venture Atlanta.
Okay.
Top 10 companies out of 688
What?
made it. Smart
So
Wiz.
these are some of the best startups in the world.
Yes.
Yeah.
For $500K. Here you go.
Wow.
So I'm speaking this as this, and hopefully that check got Smart Wiz written all over it. It's only going to take the company to another level. But yeah, bro.
Starting a business in y'all's 20s,
Yeah.
let alone in college, had to have some challenges. And I think that right now you all have built a successful business. Still has challenges today.
Yeah.
But I think what I love about working with you all is when y'all see the challenge, y'all quickly adapt, adjust, and overcome. But in your 20s, You had no knowledge of this business.
Right.
Yeah.
You were inspired by your father. You was inspired by getting a fake Mercedes. But there's people watching this in their 30s want to start a business.
Yeah.
But they're facing challenges.
Yeah.
Some of them are quitting because of those challenges.
Yeah.
Y'all didn't quit. How did y'all get, I'm curious, what was one of the challenge that was a huge challenge to you all, but you all figured out a way to get over it? And what would you say to people watching right now who are saying, you know what, y'all, challenges, no matter, if you don't come the tax route, cool, but any challenge that you face, you still got to get over it. What would y'all say about that?
Yeah, I think in business, like the people who can stay consistent every single day, the good and the bad, is gonna be the people who win, right? It's literally just the game of staying consistent no matter what and adapting to your point. So when we first started doing this, right, I didn't know taxes. Like I said, I was an engineer. So what my dad did was, okay, I got you all of these tax preparers and all of these different things. They gonna do the tax returns. You and your friends, that's what I call the genius, you know what I'm saying? You and your friends can like market and all of the things. And then we got these people that, knock out these tax returns.
Yeah.
Man, within the first couple of weeks, I walk in and like, ain't none of them tax preparers there. We got tax returns coming in, right? And I was like, where everybody at? All those things. I'm like, oh yeah, they all quit. They like, you're 23, you don't know what you're doing, you don't know taxes, all of these different things. I wasn't a manager yet, you know what I'm saying? I just tried to figure this thing out.
Yeah.
And and it's like, oh man, I done promised these people, this first test, you know what I'm saying? I done promised these people gonna get their tax return done and all this kind of stuff. They call in, and it's in the front of the season. Well, it's the fastest, who gonna claim the child first? We ain't gonna even go into that. You know the heat, right?
Yeah.
And man, I literally stayed up all night, every night, and that's when I learned how to do taxes myself. And was learning it in real time, getting knowledge from my dad, and start, doing the thing. And I'm so thankful for that, because now that I build software, all of the tax code, all of these different things that I know, it makes it drastically easier to build software for tax professionals and people who want to become tax professionals to this day, because I know that side of it on the technical side, and I also know the side of like what it takes, like to do a tax return by hand, what it takes to do a tax return.
Man, I think the story of Smart Wiz is amazing, because it was inspired by a father that was absent for a while. And then he comes back into your life and he inspires you, and it sounds like he helps you a little bit to understand the business. And I just want to say, man, that's powerful. That is a powerful story, because I don't know how many people will build that kind of relationship with their father or their mother after being absent for 22 years.
Yeah.
It was like, hey, you cool, you great, but I don't need you in my life. So, we could talk every now and then. But you was like, nah, Pops, help me win.
Yeah, straight up.
Do y'all still have a relationship to today?
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah, so like when we end up building the company together, like we went off to kind of our things. He was still more like brick and mortar and all that, and we start kind of seeing this new opportunity with like, virtual tax prep, building software and all those kind of things.
Yeah.
But just from a personal relationship, man, I still learn from him every day, just as a person and a human.
That's so powerful. Coming in on the marketing side, helping this company grow, because I think that's one of the biggest problems that people have is like, okay, cool, I got this idea.
Yeah.
How do I grow it? You're 21, 22 at the time. How did you get over the obstacle of growing something? Because you had this huge thing, and let's be real, Justin. Like, people come in the same like, well, damn, I'm gonna get 400, and they get 10.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? You got 10 the first year, but you didn't quit. Now you're doing 500 every single year.
Yeah.
And I know the math off of 500.
Yeah.
And like, y'all ain't hurting at all, right? How did you get over the obstacle? Because some people would say, I failed. But that's not failure.
It's not.
What would you say to them?
I feel like people, again, off the consistent tip, you got to understand that every metric up north is a positive metric. So if you have a goal that you set for yourself and you don't achieve it, you didn't fail. You didn't fall short. You achieved that number.
Ooh.
Because that's better than zero.
Facts.
Anything better than zero is more money in the account, more clientele in your business, and people fail to realize that. Because even when it comes to let's just say a beautician doing hair, like they want to, hey, I need to start getting all these Facebook marketing and Instagram ads, and if you stay true to yourself and you show your authentic work, and if your product is good, the customers are gonna come to you.
Yeah.
You just have to have a good service and a good product.
Yeah.
It's gonna come to you, especially in God's time. If this is a ordained business for you, the things come to you. It naturally gravitates to you.
Yeah.
Now you still gotta do the work, which
Facts.
is the marketing side of things.
Yeah.
But people fail to realize and beat themselves down because they do that comparison route.
Yeah.
You don't need to compare it to anybody else. Compare yourself to your own person that's looking in the mirror.
Yeah.
You can set up yourself for a great business and a successful business. Just understand sometimes things take more time than what we think we can have in our own mindset.
Love it. No, let's stay right there. Let's talk about how do we help them set up a great business.
Okay.
Specifically in the tax business.
Okay.
And I'm going off of this number because this is what I've practically seen from working with you all. So let's talk about how they can practically build an extra $50,000 working from home. And I really want to practically break that down. What does that look like practically? And what's the process of getting started like right now?
Okay.
The very first thing.
Yeah. So I think the first thing that you need is good software. Okay. So for everybody, what we do at SmartWiz is we build AI-enabled tax professional software that allows that process of doing a tax return to go way faster.
Okay.
So existing tax pros and CPAs, they're like entering all of the numbers line by line. You turn in a 20-page, stock document.
Okay.
It just takes them so much time, and they can't take on as many clients and all those things. And now it feels like hard work because they got to enter everything. They got to go back and forth with the clients and all of those things, which is why so many people didn't want to get into the profession. But now we're able to automatically scan the information, automatically put it into the tax software immediately, right?
Yeah.
Where we make it not necessarily feel like work, and you can focus on your purpose, right? So that's step one. I think step two, if you kind of hear from my story, man, I don't really believe in trying to do anything alone, right? So I think like a practical thing is I understood my strengths, man. I'm a visionary. I see, huge things and all of these kind of things. And my first thoughts, instead of like, let me just sit and bootstrap and try to do whatever it was, let me call my friends. Let me call people that I know got, skills that I don't necessarily have. And I think that's what people get it wrong. So if I'm starting the tax business right now, I'm thinking about who can do this with me.
Yeah.
Right? I learned the tax if you want to, be a brand ambassador, be a face or whatever the case is. Yeah. And now let's do this thing together. I don't know what it is about it, but it make you feel like, oh, we're an actual business. I think so many times to your point about people quitting is, oh, you kind of doing this thing alone. You're scared to put yourself out there. You put yourself out there, you get 0 likes. Yep. And now you're like, oh, nah, it wasn't me. And you're like, no, you got to get over that. Right. Hey, get you somebody that wants to do this with you. Get in the habit of putting this out. Get the people that got the other skills. Yeah, all start from ground zero. To his point, knowing that every one person is another one person for the next year.
Facts.
Every 10 is 10 that come back next year. Every 20 is 20 that come back next year. And I would start with kind of that team foundation, because with a team that's locked in, you can literally do anything.
No, you're right.
That's that real quick. So that's the philosophy. Let me give you the action items for someone watching. Like, all right, I understand that. What do I do?
Facts.
On average, we're gonna say a $300 tax return fee.
Okay.
People pay a lot. Yeah, let's do some math. The goal is 50K. So let's put 50K on we're gonna talk some real numbers. 50K at the top is the goal.
50,000 is the goal.
We're gonna say an average prep fee of $300.
That's the average print. That's the prep fee.
Yeah. So if I doing quick math, that's roughly right. 175 returns that need to be done. 175.
Hold on, baby. Let me pull out a calculator, man. Especially we got 50, this new calculator. So we need 50,000 divided into $300, right?
Yep.
Dude, your math is on it. You really only need 166 people.
All right, 166. Let's start this from.
Hold on, wait a minute.
Okay.
That's not a lot of people.
It's not a lot of people.
Hold on, bro. All right, so we talking about let's say, how long is this tax season normally?
4 months.
So we need
3. It's 3. 90, it's 90 days, man.
Yeah, 90 days.
Yeah.
166 divided into 3 months. That's 55 people a month.
Yep.
I'm about to cook.
All right. All right. 55 people a month. All right. Let's do the math. All right.
Oh my gosh.
Bro, it's
Let me start from ground zero. Okay?
Let's go.
Break it down.
Before I even do anything, people can pull up their contact list and see how many people are in their contact list. These
Facts.
are personal people that you know have contacted, or they at least somewhat of importance where you have saved their name and number for whatever reason.
So contact list could be cell phones,
Yes,
Instagram,
it can be.
Facebook,
It can be.
TikTok.
100%.
Like if you got DMs,
Yeah.
you got a contact.
Yep.
Even emails for some of y'all who have the businesses like me. Like other content creators, bro.
Yeah.
Because when I sat down with y'all last year, I was like, excuse my friends, I said, I got contacts. And I mean, and my business made legit good money.
Yeah.
All right, bro.
right.
Pull up context.
That's worst case scenario. Like, all right, anything that Justin's about to say, this is the least I can do. This
Okay.
is me doing no work.
All right.
Let me break it down to you. A lot of people have 9-to-5 jobs. A lot of people are working.
Facts.
You got people who work with you, known as coworkers,
Co-workers.
who you already know when they get they W-2
Yep.
or them 1099s.
Yep.
And where they gonna look to? Someone
Facts.
to do their taxes.
Facts.
Shorty, look, girl, I got this thing on the side that I'm doing. Let me get you a quote. I already know what we go through.
Yeah, yeah.
Let me take care of your taxes.
Yeah.
And if I don't get you what you need, feel free to go, whatever. I ain't gonna be in your business, but trust me, I got you. Now, what do coworkers do the most? They gossip.
They sure do. Well,
They
people
gossip.
just gossip.
So if you do good business,
They gonna gossip.
they're gonna spread the word for you.
Mm-hmm.
Word of mouth is your best friend. Because now Shirley went on and told the other people in the cubicles or the other people in the other department, and off of her purely being satisfied with your work,
Yeah.
because you got our software,
Yeah.
you knocked it out within minutes and not taking hours and whatever, and she gets a good refund. Boom. Now you got 10 extra people off of Shirley. So this theory. Go ahead.
Question.
Okay.
Practical return. Practically, how long will it take someone to do one return? So if I got a 9-to-5 job,
Yep.
and I go to my coworker and say, yo, sis, yo, bro, let me just give you a quote, right?
Yep.
How long will it take them once they have all the information in
Yep.
to use the AI software to turn around a legit quote?
Last year, if we would answer that same question, we would have told you, hey, you can get it knocked out in about 45 minutes to an hour because you're a newbie.
Okay,
Right.
45 minutes to an hour.
And that's working quick. You done learn the software, you learn the taxes. Hey, right now,
Why you making that face, dog?
Come on.
right now, I kid you not, you can knock it out within 5 minutes.
Hey, bro, listen, man, listen.
Within.
Pause.
Pause.
Pause, brothers. But
Facts.
listen, man. Oftentimes, people think we scamming people, we lying people to sell them a product.
Yeah.
I'm asking you, let's rewind this one more time.
Yeah.
Practically, I've never been in the tax business. Once I go through and learn from you all, when I get out and ask my coworker,
Yeah.
okay, let me give you a quote, and I go home, my first time running a quote ever on my own, practically you're saying it only gonna take me 5 minutes.
Oh, I'm so excited.
Yeah, we there.
How is that even possible?
Here's my scenario. I'm tired. I get home. I got to cook for the kids. I do all that stuff. All right, now I'm about to pop open this laptop, and I got Shirley's tax return sitting right here. Our software is that good where you have all the information you need to complete it the moment you open your laptop, because you have a tax AI assistant that's going to gather the information from the organizer side. It can help automate communications, and you don't have to worry about that back and forth, right? And even when you start to work on Shirley's tax return, it'll send her a notification. So she ain't going to see you the next day at work and like, hey, what's an update? She already knows. You click 3 buttons, and it will take the information that Shirley done filled out and input it in the software. That's Smart Wiz. What's the magic?
Smart Sync.
Smart Sync.
Yeah, with your data entry assistant.
You
Yep.
click Smart Sync, you click Import, and you click Export, and that bad boy is done. You click E-File to IRS, and you're finished. The only due diligence as a tax professional is just make sure the I's are dotted and the T's are crossed.
And if you can find ways to get them more money, because that's where the actual
That's where
teaching will come in,
Yeah.
But the whole goal is, so that's what we cracked the code on. So like, think about like, last year, like with Victoria and all those things, she still had to talk to clients.
She
still
did,
had
bro.
to enter all of this kind of stuff. She had to figure out like all of these different things. And, we weren't able to give all of the new software or whatever until like the end of the season. But now, to his point, like now with our software, we're taking the grunt work out. So like think about your CPA, right? You said she damn good, right? I don't know if I can say that, but you said it, right?
Yeah.
Just imagine somebody of her caliber is able to like take out all of the grunt work, all of the stuff that it takes to like get these people done. And now she can go serve all these people that really need that type of level of CPA and tax pro.
Yeah.
It's like they shouldn't be sitting there doing the grunt work part, hiring a bunch of people to do grunt work parts and all of that stuff. That's what we took out.
We took a new philosophy on is do it for you.
Yep.
You should if you gonna pay for a software or if you're gonna get into a business with this technology in this day and age, it should be able to do the work for you. So that's what we've done. So like you finna see a night and day difference.
Yep.
You finna see a night and day difference. That's what we love, that, hey, we was working on it during the tax season. It wasn't ready, which I hate because I told you, hey, this is it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But now in the off season, this season is where it's gonna pay off.
So it sounds like you all have taken not all the challenges, because everything comes with a challenge.
Yeah, of course.
But you all have taken the major challenges away.
Yep.
To where, like what you said, a single mother can come home and work an hour a day before she goes to bed and send out quotes. And if this, I'm being more gracious, if it takes her 10 minutes, that's still six quotes she could send out within an hour.
Yep.
And 6 times the average what fee
$300.
equates to what?
I mean, what's that? 6 times 3 is what was that?
1,800
that she just made in that 1 hour and 1 day.
Come on.
Yeah. It's a fact.
So that's the beauty of what we're doing. Like, it's not just enhancing software to continue our getting backed by Google and getting these new investors and whatever to be the top software. No. If the practical person uses this to enhance their income, they can do it and feel confident.
And let me tell you, this ain't even out of the ordinary, man. It is 400,000 tax professionals and CPA firms right now, right? The average amount of tax returns across the U.S., they average about 500 tax returns, right? Well, you got people that do thousands. I told you, my dad was a multimillionaire, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, and so many of them make so much money during this time. So it's not even that it's necessarily unheard of. It's literally death in taxes.
Would you say the market is saturated?
No, it's the opposite. If you go type in right now accounting shortage, all you're gonna see is millions of articles. Because what the problem is right now in 2020, you have the highest number and level of entrepreneurship in history. Think about whoever wins the presidential candidacy, regardless, both have agendas to continue to increase businesses, right?
Yeah.
So who wants to try to do their own business return?
Yes.
Think about all of the stores that you drive by, every single street and all those things, every single one of them do a tax return too. So it's not just pure people. So as you get into now, all these people starting LLCs and doing side businesses for the first time and don't necessarily know what to do and how to do it, or whatever the case is, they've been screaming for the need for more people to become accountants, the need for more people to come to tax pros. And it's a lot more people trying to like help out with schools and academies and all those different things. Deloitte, I sat with the president, one of the presidents of Deloitte, right? Biggest tax and accounting advisory firms in the world. They've went from 2 firms that they outsource work to in India to 2,000 in 2 years because of how much tax work it is and how many people is needing help and professional services.
So I know people are probably hearing this right now saying, all right, okay. Y'all are saying I could do an extra $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 in a matter of 3-4 months. Sounds good. Honestly, it sounds too good to be true. Let's be real.
Okay.
I know my people.
Okay.
I know they're saying this sounds like a scam. And I want to be honest and say it's not a scam. I've worked with you all. Heck, when we announced Neat Taxes, we shut your server down for 24 hours.
That's a fact.
And we didn't quit.
Did not quit.
We stood up and we got that bad boy back on.
Sure did.
Got you.
Sure did.
Yeah, that was a crazy day, man.
And it was so frustrating to me because I was like, y'all, I don't want my people thinking that we're scamming them. But I mean, y'all did a great job getting it back up, and we got taxes done. Heck, I just got another check from y'all just a couple of weeks ago from taxes that wow, I was like, wow, I'm still getting
People
paid.
still right now.
People still coming through, and I'm like, well, good, well, look at God. But
Yeah.
I know they're probably saying, all right, man, I'm in college.
Yep.
I got a full-time job. I'm a single mother. I got 2 jobs, but I'm ready to come off of the second job and do this from home. If y'all are saying I could do this for an hour, and let's say worst case scenario, 1 hour, I make an extra $1,000, which is so possible
amazing.
in this industry.
Yep.
What do I have to do? What's the catch? What do I have to do to learn to do this? Because one, the education.
Yes.
Yep.
Because I want to be honest, there has to be some form of education.
Yep.
You just can't learn this on YouTube.
Yep.
There got to be some level of certificate that comes with it, or a license or something, right?
Yeah, you're right.
So what all do you all offer to get this person legit,
Yep.
ethical,
Yep.
and even morally ready to be a tax preparer? They're not a CPA.
No.
They're not a certified tax professional, but they are I forgot what they call it.
They are a certified
tax
They're not a CPA or EA.
EA, okay, but they are a certified tax preparer or professional?
Professional.
Okay. What does it take for me to do that with SmartWiz?
Okay, so what we did last year when we said this and the thousands and thousands signed up,
Yeah.
we were like, all right, to service these people,
Yeah.
we were doing it the hardest way. We just threw the bag over our shoulder and like, let's get these people across the finish line.
Okay.
Now we have systems.
Okay.
So I say that to say, for anyone who joined last year and you didn't quite finish where you want to, it's a new breath of fresh air.
Okay.
Because now it's not on our time, it's on your time.
Okay.
We try to get the single mother, the father that works a 12-hour shift, all these people who had different time schedules to meet at one time
Okay.
on these certain days, and it just didn't work.
Yep.
And if they didn't make it, hey, sorry, we're doing the best we can do.
Wow.
Now we have a self-paced course.
Okay.
So now you can join at any point in time from the moment you see this video. I'm gonna give it a try. Let's do it.
Okay.
Now you're on your own time, whether it's 3 o'clock in the morning or 3 o'clock in the afternoon, right? So now you join this course, right? The course is $199.
$199 for the course.
Yep.
Which is not bad.
It's not bad.
Okay, so we got a $199 investment.
$199 investment. You go through the coursework. Once you learn taxes, you learn marketing, you learn how to get those 50 clients.
Okay.
Because you need how many to get 50K?
You need 166 people.
And 50 a month.
My marketing section alone is going to try to guarantee you 50 off the bat.
All right, so cool. If we get 50 people, I'm just doing the math while we talking. So,
Yeah. So
we got
that's
50 times $300 in tax preparation fee. That's $15,000.
great.
3 months.
3 months.
Untaxed.
3 months.
Yeah.
Because we want to be able to say our course guarantees you can make those 5 figures. That's what we want to say for people who join and take it serious, right? And we have seen that happen. And you know,
Facts.
it's possible.
It happened with me, so I'm
Correct.
with you.
So I just want people to understand, like, hey, if you just if you learn the knowledge, follow the marketing tip,
Yeah.
you will make money.
Okay.
Yep.
Now on top, because I gotta ask the real questions.
Yeah.
Yep.
On top of the $199.
Yep.
What other fee is there? Is there any other fee that I gotta pay?
Yep.
Yep.
The only other fee is once you reach the 3rd benchmark of the course, because we have to break it down.
Okay.
That's saying, hey, to us, this person is taking this serious and they're ready to do taxes.
Yeah.
And then that's when you pay your software fee.
How much is the software fee?
Our software is $1,300, but
Okay.
because you go through the course and you're one of the people that we taught you, we give a crazy discount for $297.
Okay, so for $297, they get the course. I mean, they get the software.
Yes.
Yep.
$297 plus $199 is $496 total investment.
Yep.
If they just get 50 people, actually, no, I'm gonna do this math. So if the average,
They do 2 returns.
and they do T returns, they get them.
A cousin, 2 cousins.
Get your mama, get your grandmama. You're
Yeah.
done. You made all your money back.
And
Yep.
it's not even like, oh, this sounds sweet or whatever. Like, if a tax professional watching this,
Yep.
they're going to have to pay the $1,300 or whatever promo that we have, which we do because it's still in the off season of
Yes.
tax season, right? So we're inviting tax pros watching to hire us to enhance your tax business. But there are people that need the hand holding to do the taxes for the first year, and that's what this program is set up for.
Okay.
So that's why it's at that particular price point.
Cool.
Now, our other tax pros that, hey, we ready to roll, we just need the software, get us this time down so I can have my life back.
Yeah.
That's what the software does.
$1,300 if you're already a tax pro, but you all do run specials on that.
Yeah, so right now our current special is $897 on this off season. Yep.
Okay.
And the dope thing about it too is now that we have so many tax professionals and so many CPAs that's using it as a tax professional software, we basically made a community of like some of these newbies that's coming in, high energy, they are good marketers, and now they learned the skill of taxes or whatever the case is getting to meet with the old school tax, 20-year vet that know all of the things and know how to help them and so on and so forth. So it been dope kind of intermingling these communities because we got people they was a tax pro at H&R Block for 15 years, and now they wanted to build something else, started on their own, and they bring in a clientele from people that rock with them at H&R Block or whatever the company is, that's like, oh, I never knew, and they learning new stuff and learning marketing and learning sales and the other parts they didn't know. Tax pros have been doing it for 20 years, working in public accounting or whatever the case is. They coming too. So it ain't even just like random people off the street. It's like these people with, all these other skills that are like, oh yeah, I can add taxes to the resume. Or I've been doing taxes for a while, but I'm ready to go from 200 returns to 500 by using some of the stuff that y'all teach, what the community do. We do these calls every Wednesday that we also record and put into the group and all the things. A real game.
Yeah.
Like, cause we know like everybody kind of come and do these like, let me check the boxes. We're going to come talk to y'all on Wednesdays and all those things. Like, no. Like, let's make it fun. Let's have games. Let's challenge each other. Let's do homework assignments for the week. It's like, no, I'm going to talk to 5 people and just see what that does. Accountability partners, like for real. Like, if I'm going to give, because we know how valuable people's time is, man. We got kids, we got family, we got business, we got work, all that stuff. If you're going to give me 30 minutes of time to jump on this call, how do I make this actually benefit you to be able to do something for the goals you're trying to achieve in life? Let's make it a win-win for everybody, man.
It ain't nothing to make you feel good. It's something to make you some money.
Yeah, at the end of the day, you know what the motivation is. You know what I'm saying? And to help people. That's the dope part because, man, some of these people, what we run into with some people that learn this stuff, I would tell you, I challenge anybody that took the course, they probably put in their comments. They're like, oh my God, my tax pro didn't know what they were doing. Oh my God, I've been doing my own tax. I've been cheating myself. They probably leave in the comments on this video. I know it. Anybody that's ever took it,
right? And
even our course is fun because it's the same concept. We let you do celebrity taxes. It's interactive. Let you practice talking to clients. All of this. So this don't picture like let me sit and listen to taxes. Like no. It's like
interactive
quizzes, games, people, all these kind of things. We spend a lot of time. But what they found is like, yo, if I just do my own taxes and I now find $2,000 that I messed up on that I didn't know I was qualified for, or
$499.
My tax business is now a legit legal side business that I have write-offs on.
Yeah.
I done got all my money back. They like all of these things that they just didn't know, and now you got the skill for life, if nothing else.
No,
right? If
facts.
Nothing else.
That's facts. As we come to the end of this segment, for the people, because we had about 2,200 people sign up last year.
Yep. Okay.
Only about 300 completed.
Right.
What if one of those 2,200 people who didn't complete want to come back in? Are they paying the new fee as well coming back into this year?
Only because of the new enrollment.
Gotcha.
New platform.
I agree with it.
No same login.
Yeah.
And this is the only way that we can keep up with everyone and make sure they get the attention they deserve.
I agree.
Because if we try to figure out some way to backdoor it, we're going to leave a gap open, right?
Okay.
So don't even think of it as a loss. Just think like, hey, this is just a new year, a new renewal.
New tax law.
Just come with some discipline.
Gotcha.
Come in with some discipline and we're going to take care of the rest.
Gotcha.
Just discipline to complete, discipline to file your own taxes, and one more person, you done made your money back.
Man, listen. This has been some valuable information, and I want to thank the Smart Wiz team for breaking it down. We're going to link the link to sign up for the course and to become a Smart Wiz student and to build a tax business inside of today's show notes. And I want y'all to hear me clearly. It's $496. All right, so let's take away the high numbers. If you just learn taxes for yourself and get an extra $1,500 back in your pocket, you made $1,000 profit from your $496 investment. For a $496 investment, if you do that, you get 5 people. You can get 5 people. You've made your money back plus extra income. So what I'm saying is we can't complain that we can't make extra money if we're not willing to put in the work. But what I love about this is they're willing to help you with the work and they teach you how to do it correctly. Beyonce went viral a couple of weeks ago because she said, I'm no longer working harder. I've learned how to work smarter. And working smarter means let me get all the information from a professional, takes away the hard work, and let me just incorporate what they're already doing. And then boom, from there, I'm making money. So if you're watching and feeling inspired, I want you to stick around because we have some success stories coming up from people who honestly went through this last year, made some good money. And then we're going to bring the SmartWiz team back and answer some of your questions, detailed questions from the audience, from our community. All right. So we'll be right back. Hey, yo! All right, it's time to highlight some incredible wins from our E3 family. Today, we're celebrating people who took a leap of faith, started their own side business, and are now making some major moves. I want to go to the first one. We have Jennifer from Houston, Texas.
H-Town.
H-Town is in the building. Yep. She followed Smart Wiz program last year and earned over $10,000 in her first tax season. Jennifer said she never thought she could do it, but now she's got the confidence and skills to keep growing her business. So if I'm not mistaken, and I'm pretty sure of it, if you made $10,000 last year, yep, you're going to make $15,000 this year. All right. So Jennifer, you are a true inspiration. Keep pushing. Thank you so much for explaining and really writing in and letting us know that SmartWiz actually works. I got another success story. Next, we got Tom from New York. He started out doing taxes as a side hustle and ended up using the income to launch his own accounting firm. Say what? He's now bringing in 6 figures a year. So I want to be honest, this is not with SmartWiz. This is just a guy who started doing it as a side hustle, and now he has his own accounting firm, and he's doing 100,000 plus a year. Hold up.
Come on now.
Hold up.
Thanks.
And so, Tom, that's what happens when you don't really limit yourself. And I promise you all, this is something that I really love. And y'all, these stories show that you don't need a fancy degree or a ton of money to get started and to make a lot of money. You just need the right mindset and the willingness to learn. So I want you to check out my friends at TaxWiz. We're going to put their information inside of today's show notes. And if you got a success story, if you've gotten out of debt, you started a side business, you're winning in taxes, whatever your success story is, I want to hear it. Heck, my team wants to hear it because, you know, here's the truth. I get attacked all the time on YouTube. And when I see these success stories coming in from our community, it encourages me. It encourages my team to keep going because we're inspiring people to win and to make more money and to get out of debt. So if you got a story, please share it with us by emailing us at mystory@anthonyoneal.com. Again, that is mystory@anthonyoneal.com. Hey, yo! All right, you guys, I know a lot of you are looking for ways to increase your income and get out of debt. So today I want to share a wealth tip that ties perfectly with what we've been talking about and using tax season to your advantage. All right. So tax season is one of the best times to make extra money, and you don't need a ton of experience to get started. Whether you want to offer basic tax prep services or help people maximize their refund, here's an opportunity for you. I want to go through the steps here real quick. Step number 1, you got to get educated. Okay. You got to take a tax preparation course online or attend a workshop, AKA SmartWiz Academy, SmartWiz School. I don't know what they're calling it, but get the education. All right. And then step number 2 is you got to build your client list. Start with family, friends, and referrals, coworkers, like we talked about earlier. Don't be afraid to use social media to spread your word. We use social media to spread gossip. Why not use social media to make some money? So that's step number 2. Number 3 is offer value. Offer your clients offer to help your clients, understand the tax benefits they can take advantage of and provide excellent customer service. We heard Justin talk about this earlier. Like, go girl, I know what we do. We are W-2 employees. I know what we have. Give me 10 minutes. I'm gonna send you a quote. You just made possibly $300. So if you're interested in learning more, I want you to reach out to Smart Wiz team or check out their resources. We're gonna drop the information inside of today's show notes. Listen, there's no better time than right now. Don't be like the other 2,000 people who signed up and didn't complete the program, because what you're doing is you're failing yourself and your future, and you're missing out on potential dollars. So the tax season is coming up soon, and it's time to make it work for you. Let's move on to some of these questions that you all have sent in to ask us while we have the Smart Wiz team here. Let's get started. Hey, yo! All right, brothers, it is time to answer some of our community's questions around the tax business. And I have, I think, 1, 2, 3. The very first one is, we have a name here. We don't have a name here. So, okay, I don't know who this came in from. But it says, how do I manage my own taxes when I'm doing this as a side hustle? I guess what this individual is asking, if I'm doing this as a side hustle,
Yep.
I'm making extra money. So how do I manage my own taxes?
Yeah.
Is and I'm even guessing when they say a side hustle, this is not an LLC.
So yeah, you don't have to, as long as you're in the pursuit of profit, which this person would be, you can have a side business, right? You don't have to have your LLC form. Once you finish the tax course that this person particularly would have done, they would have had their P10, they'll be a professional tax, a licensed tax professional to prepare taxes. Those are only main credentials that you need to do other people's taxes. Now, all the money that you make when you bring it in, what are you going to do with that? Well, that's the beauty of what we teach, write-offs. And I'm going to give this free little tidbit, right? So you're going to have to do it on the computer. You're going to have to do this in your home. You're going to have to use electricity. I mean, we're going to run up thousands of write-offs that you need to utilize your business that can combat what you're going to owe. At the end of the year, you'll get a 1099, and you'll have to report that on your taxes. But the beauty of it is that you know how to do taxes.
Nice.
You know those qualifying deductions that's going to save you money.
Yeah.
Yep. Don't drive somewhere to do a quick little in-person consultation. Now we got the car involved.
Yeah.
Oh, we're going to depreciate that bad boy.
Yeah.
So now those are the things that the small little in-person meetings or the small quick little phone calls. Now I got my phone, computer, electricity, portion of my house, car, mileage, depreciation on the car. What you gonna wear when you show up?
You're gonna know all the things, literally. Think about it.
Literally go through a rabbit hole of write-offs. That's what I specialize in, that's what Tevin specializes in, and that's what our program tries to get people to understand is like, hey, people have to understand that in a business setting, there comes credits and there come deductions. What are the difference between the two, and how do people utilize them for their best possible tax outcome?
Man.
I'm not saying it's going to make their tax return go up or go down, but it's going to give them the best possible outcome that they don't know if they were to do it themselves.
You know, one of the things that I would recommend as well, because I love what you just said, is when I hear the word manage, I'm thinking in my head, okay, this person could also be asking, how do I manage my taxes? But then how do I, before you can manage your taxes, you got to manage the income that's coming in before you can even manage your taxes. So it's like, you got to make sure that you have a zero-based budget for your business, and you're setting aside at least 25 to 30% to pay that tax bill. Now, once you learn the tax business, and let's say, for example, you're able to legally, ethically, morally, and I add an extra one, spiritually, write off the things, right? And maybe you only need 10% of that 25 to 30%.
Yep.
Now you got an extra savings, a boost. You can go back, put that back into your side hustle, or put it back into your pocket. But I think what I see with a lot of entrepreneurs who have a side hustle and a side business, they spend all the money, and then they get into tax trouble because they weren't good stewards of the money before it became tax season. Because it's we get excited, man. I just charged her $300 for a fee. I got $300 at a job. If I'm getting paid $5,000 a month, I got $3,500 a month. Taxes was already paid. So it's like, for me, what I would recommend, whomever sent in this question, is to make sure good question asking how to manage the money, but to manage it, you manage your taxes well, right? You got to manage the money first. And so for me, on my business, man, we set aside 25%.
Yeah.
Honestly, I'm being honest. We do about 20% now because we've narrowed down with our CPA, our tax strategy.
Yep.
And so now that we know our tax strategy, we land in between 17 and 20%. So I go to the high end, and then whatever is left after that, I just put it back into the business.
Yep.
Right. And sometimes I put it back into my team. That would be my money to take us on a team trip.
Yep.
I bought everyone Gucci watches last year, and I used it from the leftover money that we saved from taxes.
Let's go.
And so for this year.
Yeah, that's the
tax practice.
Yeah, that's the power.
Yeah.
And you said the right thing there too. Is like that next level that they're gonna get into, which is tax strategy.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? That's what really matters. You know what I'm saying?
What a lot of people don't understand is wealthy people are not wealthy simply because they make a whole lot of money.
Yep.
Wealthy people are wealthy because they have a tax strategy on how to pay the right amount of taxes, not a lot of taxes.
Exactly.
And I think and I hate to say this, where some people mess up, and I'm speaking specifically to people of color, is we don't have a strategy and we don't pay taxes.
Yep.
Try to write it off.
We try to write it all off.
And that ain't even the best. So you just get into business, all that. It's all parts of the game, man.
Like, bro, you I ain't paying no taxes.
Yeah.
You need to pay something because that's not a good strategy.
It's not a good strategy.
You know what I'm saying? Because I know a boy, one of my homeboys, won't say his name, and I love him dearly. He didn't pay anything in taxes.
Yeah.
Went to get a home.
Yep.
Ain't gonna happen.
He had to do a bank statement loan.
Yep.
Bank statement loan was like almost 3 to 4% higher than the average market loan.
Yep.
I'm like, bruh,
Yep.
what's up with your taxes? Bruh, I ain't even filed taxes in like 4 years.
Yep.
What?
Yep.
But you a business owner?
Yep.
Don't even pay himself. Not even a W-2 employee. I'm like,
Just straight
bro.
keeping it. Oh, yeah.
So it's like, so it's like, man, it's such a great question when it comes down to how do you manage your own taxes. Before you can manage taxes well, you really got to manage the money well.
Yep.
So your taxes will be well. And I've learned that when I managed my money well, my taxes are easy.
Yeah.
Right? I hate cutting the IRS money, but it is what it is. All right. All right, next question. Smart Wiz, do I need to be certified or have a license to start a tax business? If so, what certification do I need to start this business? And can y'all provide it?
Yeah, for sure. So you have to have a PITA, so a professional tax identification number.
Okay.
You know, when you're kind of going through the course, it shows you how to register with the IRS officially to be a licensed PITA holder, which legally allows you to prepare tax returns on people's behalf, right? And now if you want to take it to the next level and you get an EFIN, right? Now you are a tax practice, right?
Wow.
You can hire people under it, and they PITAs can be under you, and all those different things. And we also have where we can help you get your EFIN number, and you'll be listed on the IRS directory. Like even if somebody like typed in like tax repairs near me in Austin, Texas, or whatever, your tax business comes up.
And I think that's what we're doing for me this year, the EFIN.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because last year I think we partnered with Smart Wiz.
Yeah.
Great.
And then this year, Neat Taxes will have his own EFIN.
Yep.
I can go out there and hire people.
Hey.
Hey, tax pros. Tax pros. Tax pros.
Put that out there because I don't want to do taxes.
Yeah.
But I mean, if I have a whole bunch of people coming to me for money, why not service the people? Why not service my own community?
Yeah.
But I need professionals who went through you all to learn it, to be solid, to come work for me.
Yeah.
Because, man, I want to help some people and I want to help you make some extra money. So I'm going to leave that right there because, you know, I just think, man, listen here. Here's the last question. Oh, it's a good one, Justin. It's a good one for you.
All right.
I already work 2 jobs.
Okay.
I'm a single mother of 3 kids. Lost my husband last year. I need to make an extra $10,000 this year in 2025. If I was to join, how do I market my tax business if I'm just starting out and don't have any clients?
Okay. So, first off, sorry for the loss. I imagine 3 kids, that means these kids are in school. Or these kids have to go to daycare. And if you're a single mom or a widow mom, that's your niche group already. You already identify with people who are going to respect you because of the situation that you're in, not because of the loss of the husband, but just because you're that mom powering through raising 3 kids. So these other moms are like, girl, I don't know how you do it. Like, yeah, I'm actually doing taxes on the side and I'm really good at it. Let me take care of you guys. Now you've identified a niche market that you can just easily put yourself through word of mouth. I ain't say nothing about no Instagram post.
Yeah.
I haven't said nothing about no TikTok.
Yeah.
This is just your daily routine. You go to work, you drop your kids off at school or daycare, and you interact with people amongst all 3 of those.
Yeah, when he said the niche, like, that original tax business was a multi-million-dollar business. So, like, when we shut that down to only focus on software, like, don't get that part confused.
Wow.
But we had the niche of the young people's tax preparers.
Yeah.
And that's what we kind of teach. Like, we got people who are nurses that's doing all of the people in the hospital taxes because they call themselves the nurses tax preparers. I know what you go through. I'm a nurse. So guess what? I know how to get you more money and all those kind of things. Oh, you travel, all of those different things. People in construction, people in, like, using their own thing and things that they know inherently and, like, specializing on that. We teach that. That's a secret sauce. You can give people.
That's called the double dip method.
Yep.
You use your natural day-to-day life to employ your new business, which is taxes.
Yeah.
And you don't have to do this crazy marketing plan, and you just do your daily life and get clients from that.
Yep.
Last question. This is my question. I think it's important for them to know as we end this. And if you're not comfortable answering this, it's totally cool. Just say, hey, it's none of y'all business. What would you say Smart Wiz would be worth in the next 5 years?
We won't sell for anything other than $1 billion. So, for the people who don't know, like, we're backed by Google. We've raised venture capital from people who sold businesses for $1 billion. So a couple of our investors literally sold businesses and softwares and sales tax for $1 billion, literally.
Yeah.
And kind of what our goal is, we want to empower 1 billion people. We're raising rounds, doing all of the different things, and we want a $1 billion exit or to IPO and continue to serve and change the way that people file taxes with their tax professional CPA.
My man said we ain't selling for less than $1 billion. These are 2 Black kings with a vision of that. And if they could start in college and build $1 billion business in 15, 20 years, you can build a business to make 50,000 in a year or 2 years. And so normally every single show with our new format, we offer a book or a resource. I'm going to skip that segment because I think that this is the resource. I want y'all to check out Smart Wiz Academy, join them, get involved, pay the fee, and I promise you this much, you will thank yourself later. And I am going to be looking for preparers to come and help me service the millions of people that we reach here on our platform, because I didn't do one tax last year, but I had several people on the team, and we needed more. Like, we needed more people because we couldn't service everybody who came through because we didn't have the bandwidth to service everyone. And so this year, we do need more, but you got to go through Smart Wiz Academy because I got to know you know what you're doing. All right. And so I want to end today's show with an inspirational scripture that I believe that is so good and so timing. It comes from Proverbs chapter 13, I think verse 11. And it says, wealth gained hastily will dwindle, but whoever gathers little by little will increase it. I love this because it reminds us that building wealth is a journey. It's not an overnight success. It's not about getting rich quick. It's about making consistent, smart choices that add up over time. When I look at Smart Wiz team and what they've accomplished, I see the perfect example of this. They started small, learned the business, and now they're seeing the fruits of their labor. They're sitting at the head of their table, the head of their future. This can and will be you too. So don't get discouraged if you're not where you want to be today. Just focus on the next step. Just focus on tomorrow. And I promise you, you'll see fruit and it'll be worth it all. Family, this has been an amazing episode, and I hope you're leaving here inspired and ready to take some action. Remember, whether you're looking to get out of debt, start a business, or just improve your financial situation, it's all about taking control and being intentional. Thank you for joining us today. Keep believing, keep striving, and remember, you have the power to create the life you want. Until next time, like I always say, until the next show, I'll see you soon. God bless.